as if a pair of sad eyes could materialize a pot of freshly brewed coffee. His first responsibility from his first day as an apprentice was to have coffee ready when his master awoke. He had lingered too long on the saw. The bone saw needed sharpening, and... Forget it. There's no time. Bershad will want to make his pass within the hour. Get the kit. Morgan disappeared out the front door, leaving it open behind him. Jolan packed the bone saw in a side holster of the pack, slung the thick leather straps around both shoulders, and followed. A dozen yards down the road, he matched pace with Morgan, leaning forward to account for the added weight. "Why is a dragon best slain in the early morning?" Morgan asked. He was fond of quizzes when he was annoyed. "It'll be sluggish, then, before it's had a chance to sun itself." "And why does it need to sun itself?" "They're reptiles, the largest known classification. Like all reptiles, their blood requires outside warmth to supply their energy. He won't reach full strength until 9, even 10 in the morning. Before that, most dragons are either unable or unwilling to fly." "Are there any exceptions to this rule?" "Just one," Jolan said. "Ghost moths are able to warm their own blood, but the source of the heat is unknown." Morgan nodded once, the only sign of approval he ever gave. "And why do I require coffee in the morning?" Jolan paused before answering, realizing where this line of questioning was headed. Coffee beans stimulate the human mind, allowing clearer thought at a faster pace. They also stimulate the colon, creating the urge to... "Wardens and brutish men with swords can afford to live out their lives half-drunk," Morgan interrupted. "They can always just bash a man's skull in if they don't have any better ideas. Our only weapons are our minds." He looked down at Jolan. "We are defenseless without them. Never forget that." "Yes, Master Mollivan." They walked in silence down the forest path that snaked toward town, but Jolan could tell Morgan wasn't finished talking. He had a way of tightening his hands into fists and releasing them again when he had more to say, but didn't particularly want to say it. "It was good that you sharpened the bone saw," he said at last. That was the closest Master Morgan ever came to apologizing for something. "We might need it today, even if it is the flawless Bershad waiting for us." "Is he really as good as they say?" Jolan asked. "In my experience, legends never live up to their reputations." Morgan paused. "But Silas Bershad has killed more dragons than anyone else in Terra. The stories can't be entirely comprised of vapor." Morgan's tone was academic and dry, but Jolan got the sense he was excited to see the flawless Bershad in action. Jolan certainly was. The apothecary was 2 leagues outside of Otter Rock. The people of Otter Rock did not trust the alchemists, with their glass bottles and carefully measured ingredients. They preferred to sacrifice goats to nameless mud gods by the light of the moon and hope for the best. But when their wounds grew painful enough, they all came trekking up the forest path for treatment. Jolan was always amazed by how effectively a nasty rash or toothache could strip a man of conviction. There was already a crowd when they reached the center of the village. It looked like every peasant, farmer, and craftsman had taken the morning off from his or her work to see the flawless Bershad try to kill the dragon. At least 30 people milled around the square, their breath puffing in the cold of early morning as they made small talk with one another. The flawless Bershad wasn't there. "It seems we are not the only late arrivals," Morgan said. "He's probably drunk, same as every dragon slayer before a pass. Go check." Jolan nodded and headed toward the inn. He crossed a shallow river on his way, careful not to step on any of the mud statues the villagers had moulded along the bank. Almirans were notorious in the realm of Terra for their habit of crafting these totems on the ground. Jolan stepped around one that was about a stride tall and shaped like a man, but covered in green fish scales. There was a crow's beak pressed into the face, and black feathers radiating out from the head. Another totem was cloaked in willow bark and animal bones. It had river